Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Finally going to be doing the work on the bike that I've wanted to do for ages. And I know it's echoing in here. I'm in a garage and I am shouting because I'm excited to finally get this done. This has taken months. Seriously, months. The braided brake lines, first of all, that I bought ages ago when I'm Dead Silence posted about how Health Performance have got a 40% discount. And I managed to buy my lines for fairly cheap. Now, the other thing I wanted to do, I was always like, do I want to take the risk and buy this tail tidy, which is for the older model, but fits this one way better? Or do I want to go for the RNG, which is for this bike, but doesn't eliminate basically anything? So, I finally done it. I bought the part, and I said, you know what? I've got a welder here, I've got bench grinders, I've got an angle grinder, I've got everything I need to fabricate it, to make it work. So, I'm going to be doing the tail tidy today. Get rid of all of that. I got the integrated tail light, which I'm not wiring up, I'm just wiring the brake lights. I'm not putting the indicator lights that are inside, that are integrated into the brake lights. I am going to keep my original indicators. Now, yes, in future I might change them, but I'm gonna keep separate indicators. Now, that's a personal preference of mine. And the reason why is I like to give clear indication when I'm out on the road. It's not worth it for me. It might look nicer putting it inside the tail, but I like to give clear indication when I'm out on the road because drivers are bad enough as they are. I don't need that. So let's put this down. Sorry about that. Let's put that down now. First thing I'm going to do is strip the tail a little bit. Now, the exhaust is still a little hot. The exhaust needs to come out. If you guys want to know how to do this, you go watch TST. TST do it perfectly, but their kit is expensive if you want to get the light and everything with it. So this is basically just for entertainment. This is entertainment. I will say this, if you are looking to use this as a guide, fair enough. Look at what I need to do to, what you have to do to dismantle things. And I am going to link everything in the description, what I bought, where I bought them from, and how much they cost, roughly at the time. However, if you want to see a professional way of doing things, I'm going to tell you right now, go watch TST Industries. I don't know if Partzilla do it. I don't know if Revzilla do it. But go watch their videos for a professional setup on how to do it, because it's their equipment. TST make this, they know how to do it. Mine is just pure, there's someone riding a bike outside. I don't know who that was, but yeah, whatever. So, this is purely entertainment purposes. Purely entertainment. So, without further ado, I'm going to lay out everything in front of me. I'm going to show you what I've got before we get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is everything that I've got. Now, there's a few things, like I've got my Dremel drill box over there. Sorry, not Dremel, I've got my rotary tool, as it's, because it's not Dremel, Dremel's a brand. So, this is what I've got, right? You guys are going to have to excuse my hands, because the tripod's not short enough. This is my Health Performance braided brake lines. I went for the, what's called transparent blue, I guess. So I've got those. These, I'll show you guys in a second. This is my RNG tail tidy bracket. This is for the 2003 to 2006 CBR600RR. But I checked, just by eye, and it looks like it'll fit. This is my cheap integrated tail light. This is what's going to scare me the most, trying to cut out a shape to fit this. I've got my torque wrenches up here, I've got my sockets, I've got my cutting discs, I've got my sanding pads, I've got this thing. I think this thing came with my RNG kit with this thing, along with the number plate light. So this has some metal brackets, which hopefully will allow me to drop the exhaust down a little bit, and it's got these plastic adapters, which I think go in for the indicator. So hopefully that's all I need for it. And then I've got this, which is the resistor that comes with the integrated light if you want to wire up the indicators. But I'm not using them because I'm not wiring that up. No. So here we go, heat shrink, crimps. This is the new number plate that I'm using. I'm not going to show it to you, man, come on. All that editing, I'm not showing you my number plate. So this is a new number plate. It's a 7x5. I think the original ones come as like a 9x7 or something like that. So I should have, that's all my soldering kit. This is my socket set for the wheel and stuff, just some big sockets. This is for my screen because when I changed the screen over, I broke one of the screws, and I've had this for like over a year and I haven't even put it on. I've got the crimps, the crimp pliers and just regular pliers. I've got other pliers and stuff like that. And then I've got the Castrol React Performance .4. Just because, I don't know, and I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, I've got the Castrol Performance .4. I bought a 1 litre bottle because I couldn't get any smaller than this when I was looking at the time of purchasing. I couldn't find a smaller bottle of this. I could only find the other ones. And then Castrol sent me this. So I think what I'm gonna do is set up the tripod, put this t-shirt on, put my helmet on, and see what it looks like. What do you guys think, man? Castrol. Let's get started finally. I know that was a long intro, but the first thing we want to do is come over here and take the seat off. So we got these two, let's undo these and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so what I've started doing is I wrote seat and I wrote two. So there's two screws or bolts, whatever you want to say, but there's 2 bolts there. So I'm going to put them on a bit of paper. It's something like I learned from like Motornostia and just in general. You want to keep track of everything. So I'm going to start putting on a bit of paper, what screws go where, and make sure not to touch this and kick them out. I think that's a good way. So now that those are out, it's time to take this seat off, which just apparently just pulls off like that, I guess. So there we go, there's the underneath. I need to take my seat off as well, the pillion seat. And then when I get under there, I'll look at what screws I need to take off to get this plastic bit off, and then get these bits. This is the inside, so I think what I need to do is take off 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm not sure. Is there no screws here? I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna take these off and then see what comes next. This one was for the end piece up here. These ones, the shorter ones, go into here. So there we go. Don't have to worry about paper. So. Rubber piece just fell off. There's a rubber piece here that fell off inside the bike. So I'll have to dig that out. That goes in there. That's obviously for vibrations and it doesn't scratch up and everything. So here's the tail piece. This is the top tail piece. The light will sit up against there. So it's just this bit I need to cut. This makes it a lot simpler. Let me put this down and I'll show you. So what's going to happen is, this is the tail piece here. This is just going to get cut like that. So hopefully I cut it right. This is what's scaring me. So now let's take off these brackets. Get all of this clunk off. This thing is horrible. It's ugly. When you take off the fairing, I was just taking off these bolts for this bit, but I think this is connected by 1, 2 and 3. Well, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. This piece, I was just taking off the bolt, so it's 1, 2, the same thing, and then 3. I think this one, and then this comes off. And this piece here, I think it's 1, 2 and 3. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna leave that out for a second because before I do that, I want to have this held up so that I can disconnect the wires. So these are the wires here. You just need to lift. Usually use like a press pin, but this is, you have to lift it to disconnect it. And there you go, that's one there. White to white, orange to orange. These are tight, boy. You get no chance to like pull them out to work on. There we go, got them out, there we go. These are now out. This can all come off now, no one cares, it's ugly. Okay, it's time to be lazy and use a snap-on impact minigun. Okay, so these are the ones that I took off for that. We will keep hold of them, we might probably still need them. Let's take off this. Let's take off this and then see if this all comes out together. That's what that bolt looks like, the center one. And with it. Boy, what's going on? There we go, just give it a little Yankee. Oh, wow, that's heavy! Boy, that's heavy, you know. Take this all off, look at that. This is horrible. That chunky, look at how the bike looks now. I should leave it like this to ride on. Anyway, now that that's off, let's move on. Alright, I don't think you guys can see it because the heat shield's in the way. But I'm taking off these ones here, which is for the bracket for the exhaust. So I'm going to take that off, and then right, where is it? It should be like right here. There's the springs there. There's just one or two, I don't know, but yeah, there's springs there. I'm going to take them off with the pliers. So let me get that done and then carry on. Okay, now this is proving to be a pain. Let me actually bring this camera up a little bit. Just a little bit, just so you guys can see what I'm doing here and there. I've got my fingers, all four of them, in the exhaust, grabbing it. And then I've got my hand at the back of it, and I'm using this one to wiggle, and this left hand to pull. So the back hand to pull, this one to wiggle it out. It's all the way down here. This is where it's split in. And this is not easy to come out. I don't even think it's coming out. Flipping heck, man. I'm gonna try work something out and I'll explain to you guys how I got it off once I figure it out. To really make a difference, I grabbed one of these and I just stuck it into this hook. I don't know if you guys can see, let me make sure. So I stuck it in there and I just tugged on it a little bit. I don't know if that really helped, but I'm just saying that everything that I did, just in case that did help. And then again, I've got my fingers in the exhaust, rattling it. And then what I'm doing is one hand behind, and let me show you guys what I'm doing. Seems like it's coming off slowly. What I did is I put Tipp-Ex to show what angle it was at, and on the other side you can't see it, but I did a line like that just to show whether it is actually moving or not. Just so I know if what I'm doing is working. So whew. Right in the head. So guys, be careful when you're pulling it. Move your head out the way, because I just smacked the end of this exhaust into my head. And I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding? No blood right now, but I'm sure it's going to bleed in a little bit. Alright, now I don't know what setting these were at, torque settings, but when I put the torque wrench on there and moved it, it was on like 20. So it doesn't seem like, look, it's not even on there too tight. So let's take this off quickly. My head's a little bit sore. I can still feel the spot where I bumped it, well, where I smashed the exhaust against my head. Then we can get to that 10mm that holds the screw. So there, that hooks around there. One more here, 10mm. That holds the exhaust in place, and you take that off to fit the heat shield around it. I'm gonna take that off. Okay, so let me tilt the camera a little bit. Now you can see there, you can get to it. I put mole grips or jaw locking pliers. I've got nice narrow ones. And I just locked it onto that from this side, turned it, and it came off. It was just a little bit stuck on there. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side now. Grab it from inside and then use the socket from the outside. Okay, so I'm not sure what I was looking at before, because when I was looking at this, it wasn't really in the way, but it doesn't matter, I'm taking it off anyway. I had to drain the fluid later on. So forget that I took that off. I'm gonna edit that bit out. I'm gonna show you guys in this video. That was a mistake. So if you guys saw me take it off and you guys say, wait, how come you took that off and didn't record it? It's because I didn't need to take it off. There is this one here, which is a 8mm from behind. So you just take this off from the back. This is what's holding in the heat shield. So I'm gonna take that off and then get back to you guys. Might as well turn on the camera so you guys see the stress that I'm dealing with. I don't want to bash my head again. This is a lot sharper. Heat shield is out. That's it. Our job here with this bit is completed. This is now out. Now this is the stage. This is the stage where we go back and start building. Wow, there is a lot of gap here. So now that the heat shield's out, do I drop this? I can't remember if I drop this down or if I just drop it down from up here, hold the exhaust lower. I'm gonna get the brackets that they gave, fit them here, and see what the exhaust looks like when I drop it down a little bit. So okay, I'm not 100% on this, but I think the way you do this is you'll get the drop links that they give you, and you'll basically thread it through. I mean, it fits, it's the same thread, pitch and everything, perfect. So I think you fit it on through there. So let me show you this quickly. This is the drop that they give you. If you don't have these, don't worry, just make it. Just seriously, just make it. Just get a bit of metal, cut it. You know, that's how thick it is. Cut it. Make sure it's strong. Drill holes into it that would fit the bolt or whatever bolt you're using. Put it through and get a nut on the other end. You know, that's one way of doing it. So I'm gonna fit these on here. I'm gonna have a quick think about whether I wanna start on the light or figure out if I have any issues with the number plate. Obviously, so that's gonna go on there like that. And then the old thing here is gonna come and it's gonna sit on there like that. That's gonna hold the exhaust. So that's where the exhaust is gonna be holding. So I am gonna have a problem with it. I think, let's see. I don't know how I'm gonna hold this in place. Let's bring this down for a sec. If I have it there and there, you know what? That is perfect. That is perfect. But then I don't know about the actual gap for the exhaust. I need to make sure that the gap still fits. So let's quickly take these off. Alright guys, so what we did is I took the tail, I fit the tail light inside, put electrical tape because I don't have masking tape. So I want to cut on this side. I fit it back on there, and then I marked up where it's going to be too small. So this is too small. So when I put it back on, I'm going to have to Dremel out slowly and fit the shape, because I don't want to try cut it exact the first time. I want to cut it too long and then just slowly take it away and fit it in perfectly. So now I'm going to get the Dremel out, well, rotary tool. Everyone keeps calling these things Dremels. Is it flicking up at you? That's why I always go too big, so you clean out afterwards, sanding pads. That's quite a bit still left. So it seems like these bits I'd stay away from. This one I'll cut about there, that comes there. Alright guys, so I couldn't really record and do this all at the same time, but so you can see I cut that out slowly. I'm going to use silicone on the back because no one's going to see it, just to keep water out of it. What I've done is I put this bracket on the outside, then the drop plate, then the carbon fiber bracket, and then on top I'm using the washer because it's pushing it out. And I need to have it back up here and then try to fit that nut on there as well, down there. Obviously this isn't fully tightened up. I'm going to tighten that on there and then see what I can do. Actually, that'll help out a lot. Okay, so guys, like I showed you what I was going to do here. Now with this front bit, I've got a screw that goes into it, but I'm going to put a nut on the back because this doesn't have any threads on it. So I'll fit it back where this was originally. I've got everything fitted in nicely. That's tightened. I had to use one of these that's got a ball tip on it. It was a size 4. I use a ball tip so I can get it at an angle and still screw it in. That's what these ball tips are for. I don't know what you call them, but I call them ball tip Allen keys. What I did is, this is my little organizer box. I've got a lot of these from Wilkinson. You get like, you fill up a pack, and I don't know like if I ever made a video about this, but I'll get like some nuts and I'll put them all the way on. I'll put like 10 nuts on this one, 10 nuts on another one, 10 nuts on another one. I'll fill it up and then I'll put that in a bag, and then I'll neatly put them in a bag. Because if you can close the bag, it costs like, I don't know, like whatever the price was, like $2.99 or something. I filled up this because I was using it on my bicycle. So I'm getting one of these and I'm going to cut a little bit off the end so that it's not too long. I'm going to put a washer on the front, washer on the back. There's some of the nuts, blah blah blah. Bada bing, bada boom, you know what I'm saying? Alright guys, so the light was in here. there was an 8mm here and an 8mm nut there, and then the bolt comes out and then you take it out. Now to get the indicators off, remember, orange is left, blue is right. Okay, so you can do it with a socket, it'll be a lot easier. Grab me a 10mm socket from that. £10. Yeah, for that and the other one, the big one. Let's hit this one off.
You didn't realize you used to show up.
Yeah, you came like when I was doing the tail. Wow. I don't know, man. They went a little bit OTT on this one. Okay. So basically, I got the tail light in. I wired it up back here, zip tied it up, and then I had to solder it. I had to solder it onto these wires here. You can see onto the brake light wire, red to red, black to black. I had to wire them up, and now I'm gonna put this all back together, and we're basically done. All right, guys. So here's what it looks like now on the back. I'll put a before and after picture of what it looked like. Here, let's go around the side. That's what it looks like. Once I'm done doing...
You got me fully in the camera.
Alright, go on. Alright, this is what it looks like from the back. I'll do a proper picture when I turn the bike on. I'm just going to do the braided lines now.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks for 8k subs. Just want to let you know there will be a big giveaway at 10k. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. It took a lot of time. It was something I was wanting to do since I got the bike, but it was difficult trying to think how will I make this happen. But anyway, thanks for making it to the end. Hit that like button to show your support. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Peace.